Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. This is Dawn Prawl, owner of Sage Vision and your go-to low vision dealer in Pennsylvania for, in this case, Low Vision International, or LVI, as we affectionately call you, Kimberly. And Kimberly Klein's here. Many of you may remember Kimberly from various webinars or, our education session for your conference. So what we're going to talk about today and help you just understand better why, as you're making choices, why this might be a good one for your customers and for your agency. We're going to start with the Low Vision International MagniLink 1. And it's about as basic as you can get. It's a great little machine and lean and mean and mighty. And Kimberly's we were reading a newspaper article before we started the session today. And we were talking about how the purpose of the one is really reading documents. And we also want to help you as you're making choices on how to spend your grant monies for assistive technology devices, so you have demos in hand. We also want to focus on your part, not just your customers or your clients' experience in demoing, but also the role that you play in having these devices in-house. Hey, Kimberly, how you doing?
Good, Dawn, how are you?
I'm good. I feel like a radio show. So you've got a newspaper under there, right? People still read them.
I do. You caught me reading the paper today, I tell you.
Good.
So I am using the MagniLink 1, as you mentioned today. And the one, I love all of our products. They're very similar, Dawn. You and I've talked. Yeah. Video magnifiers allow you to magnify text. They allow you to change the color for different contrasts. But really, all of our products have a specific purpose. And this is called the one because it has one purpose in life. And that purpose is it's a great document reader. Can it look at pictures? Sure, it can. It can do all of those things as well. But it's super simple. You can use it super easily. I can literally train somebody how to use this and they're up and running in 5 minutes. So if you're looking for someone, yeah, I mean, if you're looking for something that's very simple, maybe they're new to technology. Maybe they haven't used technology before. Maybe they're new to vision loss. All of a sudden, you're losing vision and now you can't do all of these things and technology can be overwhelming. This is a great product for that type of individual.
So I think that's a good point. I think we want people to understand, and we know that a lot of you are either have some experience with the devices, and maybe a lot of you don't. You're kind of all over the map, so we want to make sure that we cover the spectrum here as the staff person who's going to be showing these devices to your customers, because I mean, after all, that's the point. The point Absolutely. Is that people have to try them, but we also know that you have to learn how to show them to people. So Kimberly,
the great thing about this product, Dawn, is if they had this as their demo product, it's a great device and they could get up and running with it and they'd be comfortable with showing it literally very, very quickly. Yeah, let's go just from left to right a little bit. So we have a button here that's
but more importantly, Kimberly, the thing is, I think people can see where instead of going through all that, let's talk about let's do this. I'm a customer. Okay. And I walk into the agency, and all of you have the relationships with your folks. You know them, you know who they are, you know their situation, financially, health-wise, you know a lot about them. And, I'm a customer, I'm walking into your agency. I've been there to see you maybe one time or whatever, but I really want to start using something other than a old-fashioned magnifying glass. It's not cutting it for me, but I have anxiety about using technology. So I walk into you and you say, let me show you this, because it's really simple. You can do it.
Absolutely.
Okay? So, right, you've got it sitting in your demo room or in your office space. And
I think that you're going to end up showing him, if you have a newspaper article that you're not able to see, you're able just to move left to right. This one does have an XY table, which is a table that moves from left to right or forward to backward. And we'll talk more about that later, but you're able to move. And Dawn, some people are very conscious and very light sensitive and color sensitive.
Mhm.
So if they did want to change to a different color, they might want to do that. So that's more of a high contrast black background with white. And then
Yeah, and that's also called, just so folks know, it's also called contrast. 'Cause
absolutely,
especially with MACD and glaucoma, you need that.
oh,
And you
absolutely.
don't get that with a magnifying glass. You don't get that.
Oh my goodness, you're so right, Dawn. You can't turn that button and all of a sudden the color changes. You might be able to turn a light on, or you might be able to do, but you can't do that with a magnifying glass. So color and size is so important. And to be able to get it larger with a small little magnifying glass, they can't get it large enough
You're
to be
an X, you're 1X, you're a 2X.
exactly. So this, you know what, maybe for certain documents, you need it larger or smaller. You can just change it very simply by turning the little button that says zoom. And you see that you get instant results. So they can go, oh, stop there. That's perfect. That's
Yeah.
what I want. And it's really nice to be able to make that change. You know, and I'm thinking, Dawn, like yesterday, I got a Christmas card in the mail.
Oh,
And
that's right.
maybe I couldn't read it. Maybe somebody needs to come and read my mail. So I could put this under, we see Charlie Brown.
I love Charlie Brown. Do, do, do.
We see his wonderful tree. We all remember that. And then we want to open it because we can't read it.
Can you
We
turn the
can't
zoom
make out
down
the
on
text.
that, the magnification down for a second on that, just so we,
Yeah.
just for the
Go
viewers?
smaller,
Okay, good. Yeah.
Go smaller, go smaller.
That's good. There we go.
And again, color, it's entirely up to you. And then
But
you
I
go
want to
back-
talk about demoing. So those are the features, and that's pretty straightforward. Just to repeat, the things that people need the most, all the devices have: magnification, contrast, light, and
Exactly.
text to speech, OCR, same thing. Not all devices have that, but the read aloud. So when you're demoing this, the one with your customer, you make that, here's some suggestions. They've got to feel comfortable, get them in a comfortable chair, take a few deep breaths. There's some anxiety there, like we said. Okay. I always suggest have them bring, if you've got the appointment set up, have them bring one or two things that they want to read, or they want to look at that they can't do now. Because when it's personal to them, they see the, use, right? A recipe or something like that. And then I think the other thing, like Kimberly's doing, this one is so simple. What you see is what you get right there.
Exactly.
So if they say, well, what does this do? Point it out to them. Start with magnification, though. Find their sweet spot. Okay. Because they have to, depending on what they're doing or reading, they'll change it, but find their sweet spot. And then what does this do? What does this do? We'll have them push the button.
Exactly.
The point is they're using it. You're not showing it to them. You're explaining it, and then they're doing it. They have to do it.
And that's the exciting part, Dawn, is you're not having to explain a lot to them because, like you said, this is the one. It only does a few purposes. If they say, what does that do? When they turn oh my goodness, I can see this now. They know instantly what it was.
Great.
And so you're there to actually have the items there to be able to see that you're changing lives.
Well, and that's the purpose of grant, is to
you're changing lives. People might start crying when they see this equipment because now they can see their grandchildren, or now they can be independent and read their mail. Maybe now they want to come over. I have a check up here and they want to be able to sign their name. They haven't been able to do that in a long time.
I'm glad you're showing that, because that's a good purpose, but I don't recommend that right away, because if they want to write under it, which they need to know that they can do that with the one, but just throw a piece of paper under there and just have them use a dark pen and try it themselves. Again, this is about their experience. I always say this is all about you, but even if they just, because it's eye-hand coordination, they have to practice, but
You're
Here's a
great with
recipe.
putting a piece of paper underneath there, Dawn. That's a perfect way because
Yeah.
then they're not staying on a line.
That's
They're
right.
just
That's
practicing
right.
signing underneath it.
They're gonna
And
be,
they're amazed that they can see their signature again.
that's right.
Some of these people haven't seen their signature in a really long time. So
So
now I
what's
have,
that? We've got 1 or 2 more minutes on the one, and then we got to bounce to the other amazing
so now
product.
I have a recipe. Again, you know, you've got different color combinations that are good.
Yep.
Back to full color, but it's a device. It's called the One. It reads very well. You turn it on, change the size, change some colors. That's it. That's
Yep.
it.
Yep. And we have the specs, folks. We didn't get into that in this video because we've got all the specifications of the devices in the portal. You know, just find the product sheet for the One. And yeah, so we've got that listed again.
So I do
when
want to
you're
say,
making
Dawn,
your
this,
choices.
I want to say it has a 17-inch screen because that's important size.
Yeah.
We need to talk about different people have different room, Dawn,
Yeah.
in their locations.
Well, yeah, apartments, trailers, you know, where, you know, maybe somebody's living with another family member, so this would fit in a bedroom on a desk. You know,
So
you can
it
keep
is
it
very, very
stationary.
important.
Yeah. So again, that's a really good point because even though they might, you know, the device has to fit in the space that they live in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're going to switcheroo. Kimberly's bringing another this. I know this looks very similar, folks, but she did switch to a different product. That's the beauty of it.
Let me get a couple
This is the
different things
zip,
under
right?
underneath
This is
there.
the zip.
This is called the Zip. This one is 13 inches, so you might notice a difference in the size.
So just briefly, again, we're not doing a features here. We're doing more of practical usage. So what else? What's the difference between the Zip and the One?
Dawn, I'm really glad
top
that
line.
you asked that question. So if you really are planning to look a lot at pictures and things like that, you are dealing with a little bit of a different camera. So you do have a little different on the image. And so if they are planning, I have it go to sleep, if they're planning to
Oh,
look
that's
at
a good example.
a lot of pictures, that happens to be Christopher from Sweden and his family.
I read
But
that.
so it just, again, it depends on the individual. It depends on what it is that they're wanting to focus on. Let me get this more centered.
So if you know, a lot of you are watching us, you know, you're making your choice. How are you going to spend your money? What assistive technology are you going to put in your shop? Are you going to have in-house to show people, and you want to give them choices? So, you know, if you end up going with the Zip and not the One, you know, that's fine because it's very similar.
It is similar. You notice the zoom button, Dawn?
Yeah,
it's exactly the same. It's going to zoom just like the other one did.
It's got some numbers. So again, you don't have to memorize all these different things right away. You just have to understand that you know, the basic demo process is, you know, get the customer and get your client engaged, get your customer engaged, and they get excited about having some choices. And also it's about purpose because this is all task driven. So ask
it is totally task driven,
things they want to do that are important to them, and then you'll know which product to demo and what choices they have. You do not have to show them every single thing the machine does either.
You actually shouldn't. Mm-hmm. You really shouldn't, Dawn. I always say, you know, that old KISS principle, keep it super simple.
Right.
This one, I have it to where it's turning on and off, which is an option. These are options that were not in the other one, and that doesn't matter, but that's why you see that happening. Dawn, the distinct difference between this one, if someone wants to see across the room, if it's for school or for work, that's one thing, but guess what? What if they want to see the TV? What if they're in their living room and everyone's watching TV together and they can't see the TV?
Or their grandchildren are visiting and they're in there, maybe they have a hard time getting out of their chair.
Exactly.
So they want to be part of what's going on. Why don't you show us that in the last few minutes that we have? Because that's a big deal.
So I'm looking across the room, probably about 15, 20 feet.
So that's the distance camera. So there's basically two ways to use this device: for reading close up and kind of stationary, that kind of thing. And then
So if you
also-
wanted to point it at the TV, Dawn, we do support screen to screen, which is nice because they could be sitting back in their lazy chair watching TV and not blocking the TV. They could be back with everyone, be part of the conversation, and have their own little TV right there, which is just wonderful.
Can you show us how that happens?
I would be projecting that at the TV versus at the wall.
Well,
I don't
but
have
we
a
can't-
TV.
Yeah, we can't see. I don't think folks can see what you're doing with the camera.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, let me see here. Let me,
Zoom makes it hard because it's like.
I'm gonna come down.
There you go. Ta-da! There's
Okay.
that wonderful camera.
So this camera here can go anywhere and everywhere around the room.
And I just have to put a plug in. The cameras, LVI devices, the cameras are really incredible. They're very high quality.
And I do want to show them one thing, Dawn, because with any of the units, but this one particular, let's say you get Amazon, you get a delivery and you get a box. So I'm going to hold a box up here and I can't see that. This does go up and down. So
this is important for the demos. So one of the things that Kimberly's doing is that she's showing you so you can explain to people. And again, it's not explaining, it's explaining by doing.
Exactly.
So Kimberly's she's not even gonna explain it. She's just gonna do it and you guys can tell what she's doing. She's got a box that's got some height to it.
And I can take them all either go up or go down.
Yeah.
And then you can make it whatever size that you want and whatever color.
Right. So again,
for boxes, that's important. For looking at pictures, Dawn, of course, it's very, very important. We go back to full color.
yeah, just show us. Oh, that's a lovely picture of you. Just show us that. Look at that. That's
maybe you want to see your grandchildren.
Yeah.
These are my grandchildren, but maybe you want to see your grandchildren up close.
That's great. And you
have that ability. Dawn, you mentioned a real popular thing a minute ago, cooking recipes.
Yeah. So you can paint your fingernails. Can you do a selfie on this?
Yeah, you could.
Let's do that. Let's end with that. Let's end with that. So again, when you're demoing this and you're learning it, and we support you in learning, there's training involved with all these devices that you're going to purchase with your grant monies. But Kimberly and I are going to support your knowledge. And we're not trying to turn you into salespeople or anything like that, but we know that it's important that you know enough about the devices that you can show your customers. So you're going to want to show them the magnification, the contrast, and then the distance camera, and then let them try it, use different things. So selfie is what we want right now, right?
You want to do selfie?
Yep, let's do a selfie. Because we know it reads documents. We got that. And
I don't want to see myself that big, Dawn. I'm going to make it smaller.
I know. There you go. Because people with MACD, your customers.
Sorry, it's dark in here, so.
You look great. They want to see that. They want to put their makeup on. They want to, that's a really important feature. And you don't get that with a lot of other products.
Right, so that's a distinct difference, Dawn, between this and the one that we saw in the beginning. You don't have that. And I don't know if you noticed, but when I put the camera back down, boom, I'm back on that text, color and size instantly. So it remembers, and it's got some great options, but you can do so many things with this. You could, like you said, put your makeup on.
Or like their customers, whatever their customer wants to do.
What they want to do, yeah, have them bring, like you said, Dawn, some pictures, some recipes, some mail. Things that they haven't been able to see before. So all of those things are so important.
So let me close by saying this, because we want to focus, Kimberly, on, everybody's trying to decide what the decisions and make some decisions now. And you've got lots of choices in this, kind of low vision assistive technology world. So, think about who your customers are. You've got to get them out of the handheld magnifier world. That this is to benefit them, because you saw everything that that you're going to show your customers what Kimberly's doing. And they're going to do it. So So, and they're going to understand that this is something that they've been missing in their life, and it's not difficult to integrate it, to add it to their life. So we all know it can read, we all know it can magnify, we all know it's small, portable, surge protector, it's electronic, so make sure that's protected. You're going to get all that information from us, but the one thing we want you to know is investing in a One or a MagniLink One or a MagniLink Zip is a good decision, because the products are, let me put it this way, they're very usable by a wide range of your customers, all ages. And we know it has a case. Kimberly's going to do that. She loves
I just
those
wanted to show them
cases.
the inside.
She loves
because
those cases.
it's
You're going
orange.
to have a case with your demo, and whether you show it to people or not, you can do whatever you want. But it's
Well, the
really
reason I
about
like to show that, Dawn, is here's what comes up when you're talking to people. Oh, I don't want to have that out when people come over. I just want to have that put away.
That's all
It's-
right.
Sometimes it's nice to be able to put it away, and it's small, and you can just put it in the case and carry it. And maybe they, now that, you know what, they love it. Now they want to take it when they go on vacation.
Yeah.
So
Everybody's
really, really
different,
important.
but it has a house. I call it its house.
Yep.
So, and also that's a good point, because if you're out there, and depending on what's going on with the pandemic and what your policies are, whether you're having people come to your location, your agency location, or you're going out on home visits and checking on your customers, you can take it with you. You can put it in your car easily, take it with you, and the setup is real easy, and we'll show you how to do that. We're not going to do that today, but
Absolutely.
it's not cumbersome to take that with you to show people if you have to bring it to them. So
Dawn, I'd like to just quickly mention, you and I did a video last week on another device, and I just want to encourage people, you guys watch these videos. It really will help you see the differences and for
make
the
choices.
different people.
Yep.
And the choices that you have. That one, we did some taking a picture and having it, reading it, but you'll see the different options. And like Dawn said, please keep it simple.
Yeah.
Just decide what it is that they want to do and have a couple options. Dawn's got great packages put together. So Dawn, you can talk more about that too.
Yeah, I think it's the packages, we put a lot of work and thought into them, because we recognize that when you want to, with these grant monies monies you didn't even realize you would have to spend on assistive technology, we want to take some of the heavy lift, make it lighter for you. And there's a lot of diversity in the packages, and very little redundancy, so that you get choices of devices. So your people have choices. Because it's definitely not one size fits all in this industry, in this field. And depending on what your customer wants to do to become even more independent in their life and accomplish, my saying, it's hard to cut a steak with a butter knife, not that we're saying that they have to have to immediately buy more than one, but both of these products that were, MagniLink Zip and MagniLink One by LVI are great gateway, great entry point products. So we're going to have to sign off, but we hope you guys feel like this was worthwhile, and that you learned a thing or two, and we're going to support you so that you can be successful, and then your customers can be successful.
Well, Dawn, this industry is about helping people. I know that's why you and I are here, and I know that's why the people we're reaching out to, that's all we want to do, is change lives. And we're here to work together as a team to do that.
That's right.
So just know, as Dawn said, we're here if you have any questions, and feel free to reach out.
Thank you. Kimberly, you rock. You've got everything from vitamins to magazines to Christmas cards and recipes. So you covered it.
It's life, isn't that what it's kind of about right now? Christmas cards. But guess what? If we have to take a vitamin or something, we want to read, because how much iron does it have in it? All those things. And I'll be honest, with my vision, I even use it myself, Dawn, because I can't see those pill bottles.
That's right.
So
thank you, Kimberly. And thank you everyone else. If you have any questions, you know where to find us. And happy assistive technology device hunting with you.
That's right. Absolutely.
Thanks.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
Dawn, for this
Bye, Kimberly.
opportunity.
See
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.